A staggering years-long fall from grace for the man once known as hip-hop's wealthiest mogul. His business empire estimated at $1 billion by Forbes just 2 years ago. Now held without bond in a Brooklyn jail cell at the center of lawsuits, raids on his home, and now a scathing federal indictment. So how did one of the world's richest and most well-known rappers, known for a lifestyle of excess with yachts, private jets, sports cars, fur coats, and women, end up trading in his $50 million Miami mansion for a prison jumpsuit and a bunk with crypto fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried? It was one of those women coming forward with explosive allegations who brought it all crashing down. On November 16, 2023, R&B singer Cassie Ventura filing a bombshell lawsuit. With accusations so salacious, it was emblazoned with a trigger warning on the first page.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, accused of rape, sex trafficking by his ex-girlfriend.
Describing the music mogul as a vicious, cruel, and controlling man.
The singer Cassie says the incidents occurred throughout her 10-year relationship with Combs.
Cassie saying she was subject to savage beatings set off by Diddy's uncontrollable rage. The lawsuit claiming he plied her with drugs and forced her to have days-long sex sessions with male sex workers, a practice the suit says Diddy dubbed freak-offs, language now echoed by the federal indictment against him. Combs vehemently denying the accusations, then settling the suit the very next day.
In a New York lawsuit filed by R&B singer Cassie, word of a settlement overnight.
More than 24 hours ago, damning allegations of rape and abuse. Tonight, a settlement.
But just a week later, 2 more alleged victims filed suit as the deadline loomed for New York's Adult Survivors Act, extending the statute of limitations for sex abuse survivors. November 23rd, Joy Dickerson Neal claiming Combs drugged and raped her when she was a student at Syracuse University. The next day, Jane Doe, later named as Liza Gardner, claiming Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall plied her with drinks and forced her to have sex when she was just 16 years old. Combs and his lawyers labeling the suits as nothing more than a money grab, saying the women were simply out for a payday. Nonetheless, cracks begin showing in Combs' entertainment, liquor, and fashion empire. Days after the third suit drops, Diddy steps down as chair of his cable network, a direct result of the allegations. Dozens of companies begin distancing themselves from the mogul. The dominoes keep falling. Another lawsuit, another Jane Doe, alleging when she was 17, Combs and 2 others gave her drugs and alcohol, then took turns raping her. The day the suit is filed, Combs posting a statement on Instagram broadly denying all of the mounting allegations, saying he, quote, did not do any of the awful things being alleged, and vowing to fight to clear his name. A month later, a male accuser, music producer Rodney Jones, comes forward claiming Combs groped and sexually harassed him and alleging Combs forced Jones to have sex with prostitutes. Diddy's attorneys calling the accusations, quote, replete with blatant falsehoods. But it was on March 25th when an incredible scene played out simultaneously coast to coast at Combs' LA and Miami homes.
Breaking news, federal agents swarmed the homes of one of the biggest names in rap and entertainment.
Breaking news, music mogul Diddy's mansions raided by Homeland Security.
I never in a million years expected to see that mansion with that level of raid activity.
Homeland Security agents in tactical gear and armored vehicles raid Diddy's mansions in what officials describe as a sex trafficking investigation. 2 of his sons, who were home at the time, were also briefly detained. Combs' attorney later complaining the agents used a, quote, gross overuse of force. The indictment would reveal agents seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, as well as a drum magazine. All the while, Combs maintaining he's innocent. Yet there is no end in sight with lawsuits and legal setbacks that keep coming and beginning to encompass not just Diddy, but members of his family and others in his orbit. Diddy and his son accused of sexual assault and a cover-up involving a female worker on Diddy's yacht, eliciting another denial issued by Combs' team. Later that month, lawyers pushed to dismiss major parts of Joy Dickerson Neal's suit and the earlier suit from Jane Doe, who said she was 17 when Combs and two men raped her. His team again slamming the allegations as offensive, hideous, and false. But the pressure is mounting on the music mogul, who long prided himself on projecting status, prestige, and power.
He knows how to manipulate a narrative.
Now losing control of the plot. And on May 17th,
new surveillance footage obtained exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
CNN airing the now infamous surveillance video of Diddy in a towel, attacking, beating, and dragging Cassie Ventura through a LA hotel hallway after an alleged freak-off. The 2016 incident was detailed in Ventura's lawsuit, which accused Combs of paying off hotel security to cover it up. That video now central in the federal case against him. Days later, Combs issuing his first and only public apology.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry.
But the train was now fully off the tracks. Honors rescinded, business relationships crumbling, and federal charges only a matter of time. Ventura releasing a statement, reading in part, quote, "Thank you for all of the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now, but this is only the beginning." Indeed, much more was yet to come. More lawsuits, including from girl group Danity Kane member Dawn Richard, alleging psychological and physical abuse, and still more denials from Combs' team. In early September, even as he continues to fight his accusers in civil court, asking a judge to throw out the sex assault suit by producer Rodney Jones, Diddy travels to Manhattan in anticipation of a federal indictment. The weekend before his arrest, NewsNation obtaining an exclusive picture of Diddy with his attorney and son in Central Park. The next day, Diddy is out again, smiling and posing for fans while out with his family. The cheery air ends abruptly with Combs' arrest the following night inside his Manhattan hotel. Surveillance footage shows the moment he's approached by Homeland Security agents at the Park Hyatt Hotel. Agents placing the one-time billionaire in handcuffs and leading him out the front door. His legal team furious.
He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Combs was denied bail twice in the coming days, the judge deeming him a danger to the community and a danger to obstruct justice and intimidate witnesses, and ordering him held until trial.
Now, obviously, his attorneys are working really hard to get him out of here. They say if he can't be out on bail, they want to at least get him moved to a different facility because the MDC is so notoriously known for violent episodes, for short staff issues, and there's a lot of bad things that have gone on here, and they want to get him away from here. But two federal judges have said this is where he's going to stay for now, at least until he goes to trial, and that could be months and months. The explosive first paragraph of the federal indictment lays out the government's case in dramatic detail, alleging that, quote, for decades, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct by relying on a criminal enterprise he created which engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant.
He faces charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And even as Combs sits in a jail cell, yet another lawsuit, this time from a woman named Thalia Graves, who says Diddy, along with his head of security, raped her and recorded it in 2001 when she was just 25.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep. It's a pain that reaches into your very core of who you are and leaving emotional scars that may never fully heal.
Combs and his representatives have not responded to Graves' suit. He remains in lockup in Brooklyn, and it is no secret the feds are focused on the alleged co-conspirators referenced in the indictment who allegedly kept his criminal enterprise going.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.